Okay, it's February the 12th, 2018, this is MUT 313. We have moved. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you have a question?
No, I was waiting for mine.
Is it 10:10 yet?
Hi, Jeremy.
It's in 12.
It's cold.
Okay, let's could you get the door for us, Chase. Okay, let's have a quick round table on your assignment. Everybody doing okay?
No.
No?
I'm trying to figure out what's happening, and my life is not together. I'm falling apart.
Alright, I probably can't fix that.
I'm falling apart.
Did you do yours on every measure? No, I did that.
Huh?
Those are not the
Well, I
instructions.
accidentally did every measure.
How many pages?
5. But it's got lots of pictures in it. It's not like
You don't have to. You don't have to apologize
Look, it took
for
me
a
forever.
well-written paper. Good for you. Okay, I think Hunter, did you go 2 pages about? Okay, Hunter did about 2 measures in 2 pages or something like that. So I think to go over, if I could be kind of explicit, like the first 2 or 3 sentences should tell us about Chopin, the preludes, and this prelude. Okay? So just kind of put it in time and assume that the reader has general knowledge of this, but just place it in time. And if you want to expand on that to like a longer paragraph about the preludes or that prelude, that's okay too. The next thing you want to do is say something general about this particular prelude. That could be, it's built of these phrases or this or that, something of a general nature of this particular prelude. And then we'll want to see an embedded example and then maybe a discussion of something particular, like the use of an augmented 6th chord in some way or something like that. There are several measures that have interesting things about it. And Amber Lynn, in your 5 pages, did you find things that were well beyond what we discussed in class a week ago? Did you feel like the discussion of a week ago prepared you to do your paper? Okay, because in my recollection, we went over every single measure of the piece. That's my recollection. We could check the tape.
Well, I went back through and like used what we talked about and kind of like could see it for myself. So it's like relearning it, I guess.
So you may bring something to the table beyond what you got in class. I think that's a good goal. If you can say something original, that's great. If not, that's okay. Yes?
Do you want these printed or emailed to you?
I could go either direction with that, okay? If it's emailed, I can take a docx, or a PDF, okay? You may want to save them as a PDF and then send them. Make sure they look the same after you PDF it. We all familiar how to do this? This is part of the assignment, is to be able to do stuff like that, logistical things like that. We don't have class tomorrow because we never meet on Tuesday. But also the university is out for Mardi Gras. And what you're supposed to do on Mardi Gras is eat your fat. That's why it's called Fat Tuesday. And then the next day is Ash Wednesday, and then you live a much more frugal and aesthetic life until Easter, and we celebrate the bunny and the egg thing. So, has anyone gone to a Mardi Gras parade? Because I definitely don't.
I went to one because I had to.
Oh, you marched?
It was
Yeah.
terrible. I mean, it was fine, but it was painful.
Yeah, it was.
After like the third hour of it, your feet get tired.
I can believe that.
And you dodge yourself.
Really?
So I
haven't been
Me
outside
neither.
of my little box. in a while.
Okay, does somebody check up on you occasionally?
I had to like find different ways to walk on my feet so the pressure wouldn't like.
Wow.
Same. Same.
Okay, Janie, did you have something specific you wanted to ask me that I could help you with?
I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what I don't know.
I don't know what I don't know.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Well, just look at one thing, write that up, and you'll probably have 2 pages. I really believe that. And if you don't, write something else up. So if you want to be a little shallower, you can get 2 pages out of the whole prelude kind of a thing, with not a lot of specifics. So I am a lot grading on the form of your paper, okay, that it looks like something that you would do in a graduate school effort. That's really what I'm looking for. The content, the more kind of something original and interesting I can see in it, or at least original to us. I mean, people have put a lot of thought in on Chopin over the years, so we don't have to invent anything.
2-page 12-point font. Double
Whatever they make you do in history. We've all had history.
Chicago training.
16 font.
No.
Okay, let's just go with that. Double space, 2 pages, standard 12-point times font or something like that. Or sans serif, whatever you want. As long as you don't look like you are padding the paper through a formal structure, I think that's okay. Okay? Really, 2 pages, the double space is not a lot. Y'all write longer papers for history, yes? Okay. Here's something that I do want to tell you. This is the only assignment of this kind this semester. Okay, everything else will be either we're writing music or we're analyzing music directly without such a formal thing. But I do feel like it's important that we do the one paper. Okay. Had a long day driving through from Jacksonville to Mobile yesterday. The rain, actually I went Jacksonville to Gainesville to Mobile. The rain was impressive. You know, the culverts on the side of the interstates, the big concrete culvert, they were like whitewater rapids flowing, just, and it almost got to the point of you couldn't see, but it never quite got there. And they have these big signs in Florida that say, "It's raining, turn your lights on, don't turn on your flashers." Because that's very confusing when people drive with their flashers on, because flashers are supposed to be off the road, not on the road. So I think Florida has done that one good thing with their lottery. They put up the no flashing lights sign. Jacksonville surely has prettied itself up since I used to hang there with the likes of Leonard Skinner and Molly Hatchet, 38 Special, and all of those hard rockers before Leonard Skinner had his plane crash. Its plane. Leonard Skinner was named after a high school gym coach from Jacksonville, Florida.
It's crazy.
Anyway, Jacksonville downtown has really prettied itself up, and you can take water taxis, and that's really fun. Once you get outside of the main business area, it's the poverty desert that it's always been. Any more questions on Wednesday's assignment?
So no from
So one thing we're not doing today is playing YouTube videos and watching scores, because that's been taken out of our purview for the day.
I appreciate that so much.
It stinks in there.
Okay, so why don't we do counterpoint? That would be the thing.
Why do we have to attend classes?
Do what now?
She would like to know why we must attend.
You don't have to go to school.
Yeah, I do.
All you have to do to be a musician is practice. That's really it.
Eric Whitman
Tell
is
the
awesome.
university people
Okay.
they say they have to attend.
Give me a number. I'll call them. I'll call them up right now.
Got this.
But if I say something, they might spit in my resume or something before they serve it to me.
You have tenure. Does that really matter?
I had this actual discussion in a restaurant with a crazy person the other day. No, don't say anything. They'll spit in the food.
No, they won't.
They won't.
I work in a
They
restaurant. If I could spit in someone's food just because they were mean, I'd do it a lot.
460-6101.
I can't even get up a good spit. Okay. Ooh, this is a new board I've never written on. It doesn't look like anyone's ever written on this board. All right, let's do the funnest thing possible, which is to write in the key of C minor.
Alright.
Don't you agree? That's the funnest thing possible.
I'm not canceling it.
Now, I want to write 8 measures, and in the first 4 measures, I want to have a not a perfect authentic cadence, and the second 4 measures, I want to modulate to the most common modulation in the common practice period in the minor mode is to. Huh?
The relative major.
That is the correct answer. In the common practice period, what is the most common modulation from the minor mode? Number 1 is the relative major. Number 2 is the dominant minor. But we're going to go relative major, which is E flat in this case. So we could have, first let's make our measures really small so we can get them in. I'm not loving this marker though. It seems unworthy of the importance of this day. Make a quick switch. Okay, so here, what are my choices? Well, a perfect authentic cadence is a choice, but we don't really want it to be that way. We want it to be something that's going to make us believe we're going to do something more important towards the double bar. Okay, so we're going to have 8 measures here. So what else could we do? We could do an imperfect authentic cadence. We could do a deceptive cadence. We could do a half cadence. But we could do a Phrygian half cadence. That would be kind of fun. So right here, if I wanted a refrigerating half cadence, I don't know what key we're in. 4, 6 to 5, right? 4, 6 to 5. What key are we in? Okay. So I would have to have some situation like that. Okay. So now the thing is with the Phrygian half cadence, you really can do either this or this. And I will explain that to you through sound, what I call play. All right, so I believe if we're starting on the downbeat, which doesn't always happen, but since it does, why don't we start on a C? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, just something simple here. All of this measure really is the one chord, isn't it? Okay. Okay. It may or may not work out. That is a big mirror. Audacious. Now I'm gonna have to like play like this in that direction. Boy, that's crappy. I don't like coming to the D too early. That'll fix it.
I'm so hungry. Oh my God.
Now, I know this may seem wackadoodle, but I'm going to go to the open fifth here. Okay? That's a Mardi Gras tradition. Get the open fifth. All right. Now, make some motion here to get to our next measure. Yes?
Right.
Now, what do we need to get to here is the key of David. We need to get to the key of E flat. Now, how does C minor and E flat differ?
Oh, leading tone.
So it's the difference between B natural and B flat. All right, so what we want to do is start the modulation pretty quickly. Okay, I'm gonna review all this on the video whenever y'all are discussing.
My life.
It's a long story.
It's a really long story. I really don't want to go there.
Okay, what am I gonna do next?
Um,
What would be the thing? What's gonna make me all E flatty?
Yeah.
yeah.
5 o'clock.
What's the best note in the bass?
B flat.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What about A flat? Would an A flat really drive the market here?
Mark, you driven by supply and demand.
You know,
Okay.
so now I'm in E flat, aren't I?
Yeah.
So what I want to do now is let's see if I can make that work. Oh, amazingly I could. Wow. That's lucky. It's like driving around looking for an address. Okay, from the beginning. That was weak. I don't know, that B flat might have been better. Oh, come on, you know what's right. Sorry, just making stuff up there. Okay, so, I think really somehow this B flat would sound better right there and maybe allow the A flat to pass there. Maybe even an A flat there. Okay, one time through. And then. From the beginning.
Okay.
Decided that retardation was not going to be part of my life this time. Good thing my markers have erasers or we'd just be out of luck. Any questions about what we did here? This would be the first half of either a simple continuous binary or a rounded continuous binary. Okay, go finish up your papers. We're done for today.
What Amberlyn would like to know is, can she demonstrate that she was
Are you kidding me?
No.
Well, that's easy enough.
Hi, Jeremy.
You wanna go arm wrestle too? Could you hand me the bulk eraser there?
Okay, but give me that leg that's on the ground.
Oh,
Right
it's
there.
right
Right there. Give me that. Give me that.
It's a whole bunch of
Did you see us interact? James said, "Go get your with one
Look at the trash can.
You're mere inches from both.
Thanks.